Good morning, everyone. Don't you hate it when you wash your white clothes and then you're enough of an idiot to immediately put on said clean, white, fuzzy, comfy sweater and
cook pasta in it,
and then just get a pasta stain all over it? That happened yesterday. I'm just still annoyed about it. What I'm less annoyed about is the fact that I'm eating pizza tonight. Yes, while I'm in a calorie deficit. Yes, while I'm trying to lose fat. I walked through my front door yesterday into the living room to find a box splayed open with a delicious looking and smelling barbecue pizza in there that my roommate had clearly just like eaten half of for like lunch or dinner or something. And I was like, I want that. And that, my friends, was a craving, which is something I genuinely don't get very often, where like I have one food that I want. It's not like I'm hungry and I could eat anything, but like something sounds a little bit better. It's like I'm not hungry, but I want that in my tummy. That doesn't happen to me very often, mostly because of how I manage cravings and the relationship with food I have developed. So I'm gonna talk through all of that a little bit later today, maybe when I get my pizza. I wanna share with you guys how I'm managing cravings in a calorie deficit and still managing to eat pizza in a calorie deficit and eat dessert basically every day while in a calorie deficit and trying to lose fat, and how that's not inherently hurting my goals and I'm able to maintain a really good relationship with food and all of that good stuff. And speaking kind of relationship with food, I want to talk to you guys about why I quit low carb. I got a question about that on Instagram the other day, and so I just wanted to sit down and have a little chat about why I'm no longer low carb, whatever that honestly means. Basically, we're gonna have a whole lot of really great conversations today, but first, I need to go to the gym, which means before that, I need to have a little breakfast. As the weather is getting warmer, summer is upon us, I have been making all of the smoothies lately, so today, we're making a little pre-workout smoothie. Let's go make the smoothie. So today, my smoothie is gonna be a mocha, mostly because I ran out of oat milk and had no other choice than to make coffee to be my liquid base for the smoothie. It was either that or like drink the coffee on the side of the smoothie. So we're just making it all in one. That said, I have a cup of pre-made cold coffee. Made it last night, tucked it in the fridge. Starting with that. Then the base of all good smoothies, I don't know why I'm clapping so much today, is one whole banana, smashed, frozen. And then we're getting some veggies in with some steamed and frozen zucchini. Great way to get some micronutrients, get some veggies without adding much flavor, and it also just makes it icier. And I don't know about you, but I like my smoothies thick AF, so the more frozen things I can add, the better. Then we're gonna do some oats, and then some 4 Sigmatic chocolate protein to get my protein in. Also, this is just my favorite protein. It's the best. The key chocolate ingredient to make this mocha. And just like half of a tablespoon of honey, just to add a hint of sweetness and to get in some more carbs that are gonna be put to very good use during my workout today. Today's a lower body day. We're doing squats. We need all the fuel we can get. And then lastly, what did I say about liking my smoothies being super thick? We're gonna add a ton of ice.
Maybe more ice than necessary.
Just gonna go blend this real quick. Nice and blended, all thick. Definitely a little bit icier than it needed to be, but that's okay. Oh yes, look at that massive mocha frosty. This is very good.
10 seconds later.
All right, I'm gonna need a minute to digest this. So I'm gonna get some work done, then gym time. Leg day, getting ready to crush leg day.
It's leg day, baby.
Let's go. I'm so excited. My body has digested the fuel that I put in it. Can you tell the caffeine has kicked in? Squats, we got squats coming up. Gotta be in the zone for that. So really quick before I head to the gym, I'm gonna take a little pre-workout. This technically isn't a pre-workout. It's a 4 Sigmatic mushroom focus shot, which is designed to like give you mental focus. But I personally find that things that are designed to give me mental focus keep me much more in the zone in the gym and helps me really just like stay in my workout and crush it. The caffeine that was in my smoothie, and actually this does have a little caffeine in it, but the caffeine is what's going to give me the like workout like physical performance boost. But if I don't have my head in the game, it's hard to take advantage of that, you know? So this little focus shot has both lion's mane and rhodiola in it. Lion's mane has been shown to be really good for boosting cognitive function and focus. It's one of my favorite adaptogens to add into just like pre-workout smoothies or pre-workout lattes by itself, because just in itself, I personally find it's really, really effective. But then this also has rhodiola in it, which just adds such a great, like, I feel like it enhances the lion's mane, because rhodiola actually does boost exercise performance as well. It boosts endurance and energy, but it also kind of gives you that like mental kick. So those two powerhouses in here, I think are gonna really help me like mentally kick my workout in the butt, you know? And then this does also actually have caffeine in it, 50 milligrams of caffeine, so like less than a shot of espresso. And it's from guayusa, in case you just don't like caffeine from coffee. But this is great for like, if you're trying to like mentally just focus on something, get work done, like be super productive. I like it as a pre-workout, so I'm gonna chug this real quick. And we're good to go. This is one of my absolute favorite things to take as a pre-workout. If you want to give it a try, I will link to it down in the description. And as always, you can use my code FITAndNerdy to get yourself 15% off of any little Four Sigmatic product.
Rising up like phoenixes, been tired of pushed down the ground. Speaking my heart like it really is, 'cause I can't take another no. I see, I like, I go, I get, no one can hold me back. I see, I like, I go, I get, go, I get, go, I get, go, I get now. I got my lows, I got my highs, moving on close to my goal. Time is now, place is here to rest, filling the holes of my soul. I see, I like, I go, I get, no one can hold me back. I see, I like, I go, I get.
Okay, first of all, I crushed that workout. At least like by my standards based on where I was before. I'm feeling amazing. I think I timed that pre-workout meal and pre-workout supplement like perfectly. So when I got to squatting, I was just like ready to go. Felt really good. And now I'm hungry. So I'm gonna make a little post-workout meal slash lunch. It's actually relatively late in the day already. Kind of slept in. So I think I'm gonna make what has been kind of my go-to post-workout mealy, snacky, lunchy thing lately. And we have a frittata. This has been my go-to because it's so easy, super high in protein. I can add kind of as many carbs as I want. Egg whites, not gonna lie, pretty boring. Kind of sad. They're a pretty sad food. Like, egg whites feel like a diet food, but they're really, really helpful to get in more protein. So what I like to do is add some shredded sweet potato, and it makes it taste amazing. It's hot. So while I eat this, I want to chat with you guys about why I quit low carb. I think it's first off important to note that I was never intentionally low carb, whatever that means. I never restricted carbs. I never cut out carby food groups or anything like that. It's just been more that I love fat, and when I eat to satiety and eat what I want, I just lean towards eating more fat. And since I'm eating to satiety, that means that carbs just don't get consumed as much. And over the years when I was eating intuitively, I ended up settling around like eating 100 to 150 grams of fat a day, just because I liked it, because the foods that I crave tend to be a lot more fat heavy. But this meant that I was just eating fewer carbs as a byproduct of that. And so my carb intake was around like 120 to 150 grams of carbs a day. And that's definitely on the low side, especially for people who are like actively lifting, trying to build muscle. I don't know if I would necessarily consider it low carb. Again, like I wasn't trying to be low carb, so I didn't have a definition of what low carb was. I was just whole food, high fat based. And I felt really good that way. I had sustained energy, I had good consistent digestion, I had the best mental function, I had good energy and endurance for my workouts. I guess the simple answer for the reason I stopped eating that way, started eating more carbs, and I'm eating significantly less fat, 50% less fat, is that my nutrition coach told me to. But there's multiple reasons that I am actively incorporating more carbs into my diet right now based on my goals. My goals being an aesthetic-based goal, specifically fat loss, looking leaner. Carbs are amazing for aesthetic-based goals, whether your goals are fat loss, building muscle, or anything in between. And this is because they not only enhance workout performance, so when you eat more carbs, you can push harder in the gym, you can accomplish more in the gym, but they also enhance workout recovery. So after your workout, when your body is rebuilding, repairing, it can do that a lot more efficiently too. Eating more carbs can also help prevent muscle loss when you're in a calorie deficit. That's one big thing, that if you're trying to lose weight and you're not focusing on maintaining muscle mass, you can end up at a higher body fat percentage because you might lose a ton of muscle in the process. But if you're eating more carbs, that's gonna be less likely to happen. And then better performance in the gym obviously translates to more calories burned during your workout or higher potential for muscle building or muscle maintenance if you're in a deficit. But as I've told you guys, it's really important to me that as I go through this process, I don't mess up my hormones. Here's the thing, carbs, also great for hormones. This is mostly because low carb diets can increase cortisol, and cortisol is a hormone. All hormones are kind of connected, so if you disrupt cortisol, you're also going to disrupt your sex hormones. Some women can 100% go keto, be totally fine, others cannot. But because I'm also putting myself in a calorie deficit, which in itself is stressful on the body, I feel like it's safer to keep my carbs up. Like why risk it? Especially because the carbs are going to help with workout performance and fat loss anyway. And throughout the last couple months of eating higher carb, I have personally definitely noticed an improvement in my workout performance. The other day I deadlifted literally more than I ever had, and it felt easy. It's also definitely been really interesting with satiety. I have felt extremely satiated. Like when I was eating at maintenance, I felt almost too full. Like I felt like I was force feeding myself carbs just to hit my calories. When I lean towards more fat, I feel like my energy is definitely more stable throughout the day and my hunger is more stable throughout the day. With higher carb, I'm definitely less comfortable, I think, but definitely satiated. And now that I'm in a deficit, I start to get kind of hungry between meals, but as soon as I eat, I'm good to go. And then I'm a little bit hungry like when I go to sleep and when I wake up, but it's just enough hunger to be like, oh, I could maybe eat something, but not enough hunger to be like, oh my God, I'm so hungry. So that's why I've increased my carb intake. And to make it clear, I never intentionally like ate a low carb diet before. I'm not eating a high carb diet now. Well, actually, I am intentionally eating a higher carb diet now. I'm currently eating more carbs than I was before. It's purely to assist in my current goals because more carbs are more beneficial for my current goals. Once I achieve my current goals, once I'm done with aesthetic goals, I'll probably default back to how I was eating before because I miss whole eggs. I miss putting all of the coconut milk in my smoothies and the nut butter and the hemp seeds and the chia seeds. So I'm probably gonna go back to that once I'm done with this. I think the important takeaway is that I see macronutrients as tools. Right now, carbs are the tools that I need to build what I want to build. So I'm adding more in. Once I've built what I want to build, I will go back to the tools that overall make me feel the best. I just went for a little walk to get some more steps in because I was very shy on steps for the day. Now I'm off to go get some pizza. We're going to my favorite gluten-free pizza place in LA, Blaze Pizza. Admittedly, I haven't been to many other places that serve gluten-free pizza, so. Hi, can I do the gluten-free build your own, please? Or sorry, cauliflower build your own. Can I do the red sauce, please? Can I do chicken? Can I do like 3 times as much chicken? Red onions, please? All right. We got a pizza.
Yay.
Oh God, it's really hot. Okay, let's quickly talk through how I'm incorporating pizza into my life as I am actively losing fat. This is not a cheat day. This is not a cheat meal. I honestly don't subscribe to those terms. So before I get a bunch of people in the comments saying, how often do you have a cheat meal? This isn't a cheat meal. Nothing is a cheat meal because I don't restrict anything, so nothing is cheating. So here's kind of my approach to foods that people might consider cheat meals. I honestly don't crave pizza that often. Like, I eat pizza as often as I crave it, which is maybe once a month, once every 2.5 months. This is honestly because I know that it doesn't make me feel as good as a meal that is more full of whole unprocessed foods would otherwise make me feel. And so I think pizza and I think, ooh, that sounds really good. And then I think, my body's not gonna feel good after. And both of those emotions get factored into how I feel about the food. And so genuinely, like, I crave steak and homemade sweet potato fries as much as I crave a pizza. But when I do have a craving, I follow it and I just plan for it. So I got the craving for pizza yesterday, but I knew I didn't have the space for it in my macros. I'd already planned out my dinner. It was already leftovers. Like, I didn't want to have to get rid of that. So I was like, here's the deal. I'll make you a deal, craving. How about I give in to you tomorrow? My craving was like, yeah, sure. That's chill. Made a little compromise, a little deal. And I think it's by doing this, by having kind of a conversation with my cravings, that I'm able to, I don't want to say keep them at bay, because it's not like I have a ton that I have to like keep at bay. It's how I'm able to kind of not have cravings very often. Because cravings often come from a place of restriction. But if you know that you can have whatever you want, then you don't tend to crave the things that you can't have because there's nothing that you can't have. So basically, by giving into my cravings, I don't have a lot of cravings. But I did have a craving last night, so here's what I did about it. First, I decided I would give in to the craving the next day. The second thing I did is last night, I was like, okay, let's plan out my day of food tomorrow. I went ahead, went on the Blaze Pizza Nutrition Calculator, threw in everything that I wanted on the pizza, put that straight into my FitnessPal. That was the first thing I logged for today. I logged that last night. Then I went ahead and input the breakfast that I wanted. Then I constructed my third meal to best fit my macros. So that's why my third meal was basically pure protein and pure carbs. So with the known factors, the pizza and the dessert, I tweaked all the other variables, the middle meal in particular, but I also messed with breakfast a little bit. I was still a little bit high on fat, so I was like, dessert, what else could I have for dessert? Because I originally had chocolate logged because I have chocolate most nights. Turns out I have a dessert in my freezer that I've been wanting to have. Deleted the chocolate, logged a serving of that, which I'll show you later, and it fit perfectly. Lastly, I knew that pizza, you know, doesn't confer a lot of micronutrients. Not as veggie packed as most of my dinners usually are, so I went and sprinkled some veggies into my other meals, and by that I just mean I added some zucchini to my smoothie in the morning. I was like, good enough. And that's how I'm able to incorporate pizza into my fat loss journey diet thing. Now here's the thing, if I were craving pizza every single night and trying to eat that every single night, probably wouldn't be in as good of a place. I have a whole video about why a calorie is not a calorie, by the way, and why you probably would not want to have a pizza every single night if you're trying to lose fat, so I'll leave a link to that down in the description box below. That's a whole rant. But the short of it is twofold. Number one, if I have a craving, I give into it, and that prevents me from having a ton of cravings. Number two is if I know I'm gonna want something, if I have a craving, or like I have dessert almost every single night, I log it ahead of time and plan around it with my macros. So that said, I'm hungry. It is time to eat this thing. I'm gonna chill out, watch a movie with a roommate or something. If any of them wanna watch a movie with me, we'll see. Then I'll show you what I'm having for dessert when I have it. Also, I totally honestly got the cauliflower crust instead of the regular gluten-free crust because it had more calories, which I needed. It's so much better than the regular gluten-free crust. I'm totally gonna get the cauliflower crust from now on. Oh, also, I'm gonna grab a kombucha to go with this pizza because I'm still short on carbs.
2 hours later.
Not gonna lie, kind of struggled to eat that pizza. I got about halfway through and I was extremely full. And then this is what I'm having as my very exciting dessert. And by what I'm having, I mean already had because I was watching a movie with my roommate and I didn't want to stop and awkwardly have to vlog myself eating dessert while watching a movie with my roommate. So I had one serving of Dream Pops, which are just so good. They're like little ice cream bites covered in chocolate. I was gonna show you them, but I kind of melted them in the car when I first got them, so they don't look as cool as they normally do, but like, they're just like little ice cream bites covered in chocolate, and they're so freaking good. And the ingredients are literally coconut cream, coconut milk, chocolate, sugar, vanilla extract. not shabby. Now that I've opened these, I know I'm going to want to eat all of them. So I think what I'm gonna do is log the rest of these for my dessert tomorrow and then build my day tomorrow around knowing I'm gonna have this for dessert. Let me know if you guys have any questions about my approach to food and keeping a good relationship with food throughout this cut. I would love to make a video on that if you guys have specific questions about it, or questions about like my macro intake or anything. Let me know what questions you have. Make sure you check out that pre-workout from Four Sigmatic. Use my code FitAndNerdy to get yourself 15% off. If you liked this video, give it a big thumbs up. It really does support me and my channel. I really genuinely appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends, your family, and your neighbors. If you want to see more videos from me all about health and fitness, you can check them out over here. To see future videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you get notified when I post a video, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.